What was a routine flight quickly turned into a nightmare for a young woman who is now suing United Airlines after a ceiling panel allegedly came loose during landing and hit her in the head. The impact knocked her unconscious and caused a traumatic brain injury. So who is this woman and what exactly happened? Let's take a closer look. Antranique Wash, a 36-year-old passenger, has filed a lawsuit against United Airlines, seeking up to $1 million in damages. According to her lawyer, the incident has had a lasting impact on her mental health and well-being. Lawyer Anna McMullen told that Wash was knocked unconscious when the ceiling panel hit her mid-flight. Even a year and a half later, she continues to suffer from vision problems and persistent pain. Ms. Wash, like all ticketed passengers, expected her plane to be safe from boarding until she deplaned, McMullen said in an email on Wednesday. United did not ensure that its plane was safe, not only for Ms. Wash but for all of its passengers. Passengers should not have to fear for their safety on commercial aircraft, and United needs to be accountable. Wash, who lives in the Houston area and works as a commercial driver, is represented by attorney Anna McMullen. A United Airlines spokesperson did not respond to a request for comment Thursday. According to the civil complaint filed on April 25 in Harris County, Texas, the incident in question occurred on November 15, 2023, as the flight from Chicago to Houston was coming to an end. The complaint states, while the aircraft was landing at George Bush Intercontinental Airport in Harris County, Texas, a panel detached from the ceiling of the aircraft and struck Wash in the head. As a result of this incident, Wash suffered serious injuries including, but not limited to, traumatic brain injury. The lawsuit argues that United Airlines failed to protect and defend Wash from an unreasonably dangerous condition on the aircraft, specifically a loose and/or detached ceiling panel, or to warn her of its presence. The lawsuit notes that Wash was exercising ordinary care when she was suddenly and unexpectedly injured. As a result of the dangerous condition described above, Wash suffered serious and permanent injuries, the complaint reads. Wash's lawsuit accuses United Airlines of multiple forms of negligence, including failing to properly inspect and maintain the aircraft. The airline had a duty to ensure the safety of its invited guests during their stay on the aircraft, the filing states. Wash is seeking damages ranging from a minimum of $250,000 to a maximum of $1 million in compensatory and punitive damages. She claims she has suffered physical pain and impairment, mental anguish, loss of income and enjoyment of life, and has incurred significant medical expenses. United has until May 20th to formally respond to the allegations in Wash's lawsuit. However, there is no indication that the company has responded or that the matter has been resolved. The case is still in litigation, and United Airlines has not commented publicly on the incident. The incident follows a similar incident last month, when passengers on a Delta Airlines flight from Atlanta to Chicago were forced to hold in place a ceiling panel that came loose mid-flight. Flight attendants eventually secured the panel with duct tape so that the passenger no longer had to hold it in place, a Delta spokesperson said at the time. The plane returned to Atlanta, where passengers disembarked and boarded a new plane a few hours later. Each passenger was compensated 10,000 sky miles, worth about $100, for the inconvenience. No injuries were reported, Delta officials said. In another case last year, a JetBlue passenger filed a lawsuit over a life-changing concussion she said she suffered during a hard landing at an airport in South Carolina, leaving her unable to work. And in 2020, an American Airlines flight attendant suffered a concussion during turbulence after being launched into the air and slammed into a door at the back of the plane. She suffered neck and shoulder pain, blurred vision on one side, and ringing in her ears. 3 years ago, a Kentucky pulmonologist sued United Airlines after suffering a concussion allegedly caused by airport police when he refused to give up his seat on an overbooked flight. In addition to the head injury, Dr. David Dow reportedly woke up in hospital with a broken nose and 2 missing teeth, according to his lawyer. United eventually reached a multi-million-dollar settlement with Dr. Dow, who later wrote a book about the traumatic experience. These incidents have had lasting consequences for both those directly involved and the public at large. They raise important questions about airline safety standards, inspections, and the public's trust in these companies. What are your thoughts on this issue? Leave a comment below and let us know.